Today, let's take a trip down memory lane and remember one of the first beauties of old Hollywood, adored by millions of men worldwide, with over 120 lead roles to her name. Her name was Loretta Young, born Gretchen Michaela Young. If you haven't heard of this iconic actress, her story is worth discovering. Born in 1913 in Salt Lake City, Utah, Loretta started her acting career at just 4 years old. She attended a convent school while also appearing in films, and at 14, she landed a role in The Unruly But Good, 1927, a part initially meant for her sister Polly, and, at 17, she married 26-year-old actor Grant Withers, but the marriage quickly ended in divorce after just a year. Her career truly took off when she blossomed into a stunning young woman, securing leading roles as the film industry transitioned from silent films to the talkies, a move that played in her favor. Critics praised her, and audiences couldn't take their eyes off her on-screen performances. Soon, Loretta became the epitome of grace, elegance, and femininity. She was adored not only by men but also became a role model for women across America. Rumor had it that she had a romantic fling with the charming, ladies' man actor Clark Gable, whom she met in 1935 during the filming of Call of the Wild. At the time, Gable was married, and their affair led to the birth of a daughter, Judith. When Loretta discovered she was pregnant, she secretly traveled to England to avoid the public eye. The baby was born in private and placed in an orphanage, but later Loretta adopted her, though it became apparent that the child resembled Gable. In fact, Judith underwent surgery to correct her ears, which were strikingly similar to Gable's. In 2015, a controversial truth emerged when Loretta's daughter-in-law, Linda Lewis, claimed that there was no affair between Loretta and Gable, and that Gable allegedly forced himself on Loretta. This shocking revelation suggested that Gable had taken advantage of her, and Loretta kept it hidden out of fear it would destroy her career. While Gable later tried to make amends, his actions, if true, are unforgivable. However, given that this information surfaced after 80 years and both actors had passed, we can't claim it as absolute fact. After more than 20 years in Hollywood, Loretta proved her critics wrong, those who saw her as just a pretty face with limited talent, when she won an Oscar in 1947 for her role in The Farmer's Daughter. She was also nominated again in 1949 for her portrayal of a nun in Come to the Stable. Other famous films include The Story of Alexander Graham Bell, 1939, The Stranger, 1946, and The Bishop's Wife, 1947. In 1953, Loretta left films behind and hosted The Loretta Young Show on NBC from 1953 to 1961, which earned an Emmy Award. Audiences fondly remember the show for Loretta's glamorous wardrobe reveals. She retired from acting at 50, but made a brief return to film in the late 1980s. A devout Catholic, Loretta spent the rest of her life devoted to religious charity work. She passed away in 2000 at the age of 87 in California. Her daughter Judith followed in her footsteps, becoming an actress herself. The story of Loretta Young is one of beauty, talent, and resilience, an unforgettable figure of old Hollywood.